I've never watched it all the way through, but I know it's a long fucking movie.
I'm 82 years old and I have to go to bed at 10. Fuck you!
Rip a finger off and shove it up my ass.
You always talk about the Fanboy Fight Club. Alright, welcome fanboys and girls to our fourth and very special episode of the Fanboy Fight Club podcast. I'm Jason, so glad to be here with y'all today. By my side, once again, Jake, the unapologetic hipster, Mike, who protests to being a hipster, Jake, who is, Jamar, who is too black to be a hipster, and of course, the ultimate barista, Wes, who wants to shoot hipsters.
God damn you.
Tonight, Jake has another trailer trash for y'all. Wes has a story for Jamar's Reading Corner. But tonight's feature battle will be on our likes and dislikes over the TMNT universe. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes with a Half Shell. Anyway?
Power.
There we go, thank you. So this is a special episode for us because we all have some nostalgic love for the Turtles. And with the new Mutants in Manhattan game out last week and Out of the Shadows in theaters this weekend, we thought what better time to dive into the topic. So before we get into the show, is there anything you guys want to get off your chest before we start?
Turtle power.
I think we should just kind of jump in, man.
Let's do it.
All right. So, all right, fanboys and girls, put on your wife beater, crack open a Busch Light, and get ready for Jake's trailer trash.
Do I get intro music? I should get intro music for that. Like a banjo playing or some shit. So there are a couple trailers that came out this week, and I'm going to try to keep it, trailer trash to what trailers came out recently. I could go back and rip some apart, but I'm not going to do that too much. For trailers this week, they were all fairly solid. I couldn't have major complaints against any of them, or I didn't know enough about them to really complain. The one thing I will complain about, though, is that BFG, the Big Friendly Giant, was supposed to be Robin Williams, and every time I see the trailer for it, I just die a little inside, because it makes me sad that it's not him now. So, yeah, there's that. But I don't really have a trailer to rip apart. But 0 out of 5 broken glass windows in this week.
All
I'm glad you just specified their glass windows.
Yeah. It could be plastic windows, dude, or tarp windows. It's a freaking trailer park.
See, I would have rated that trailer one kid falling in a gorilla zoo exhibit out of 5.
Too soon. Too soon.
That's awful. That is awful.
Not as awful as the petition to get the kid taken from his parents.
No, that's great.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I may go try to hunt it down and sign it.
I mean, honestly, though, shouldn't the bars be, small that a kid can't climb through them, though?
I mean, honestly, shouldn't you keep better track of your children?
I understand that. I mean,
we're not going to have this conversation.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just curious. Anyway.
Yeah, guys.
Sure. Moving on. All right. So, go ahead. What were you saying?
No. Go ahead.
All right. So it's time for the main feature of the evening. Oh wow, jeez. Even though we are the Fanboy Fight Club, there will be topics now and again that most of us, if not all of us, like and do somewhat agree on. But I promise you, there'll still be fighting amongst each other, like a dysfunctional family. So TMNT is kind of one of those topics. But I bet we all have kind of different favorites and different things that we like about it, and that we can definitely argue some points for. Like for instance, I guess we'll start off with who's your favorite character? Like, is it a turtle? Like, who's your favorite character and why? Why doesn't Jamar start us off on this one?
Right, I'm just surprised that Jamar and Wes didn't just jump in and instantly start murdering each other.
I was being polite. Exactly. I just wanted to hear all the wrong answers first. And
hey, my answer is right, sir, and you know it.
Everyone knows Donnie is the best turtle of them all. You may like them.
Get the fuck out of here.
Other guys like Leo and Raph and Mikey. Sure, he's cool, but Donatello, he's the true heart of the team, and he's the smartest guy.
Also, isn't he like the only turtle to actually get laid in the entire series? Up until the Michael Bay movies?
Yeah, I guess that's true, depending on which way you look at it.
So, can we talk about how Jason's like, oh, we kind of all agree on this, and I think that was the earliest fuck you that we've had in an episode so far. Like, I just want
No,
to
no,
talk
no.
about
We occasionally get a fuck you during the Ultimate Barista intro.
Yeah, usually that happens in the first like 30 seconds. So.
My point was that we all like this topic, but there's going to be stuff on it that we disagree on. We're not going to, it's not that we're battling over whether or not TMNT is awesome. We love the Turtles, but it's, just the points of the universe that we like and dislike.
This is the episode for anyone who doesn't understand what we're doing with the whole
Right.
arguing and stuff, because we want to insult our viewers' intelligence, not just entertain them.
I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just trying to make it clear. Because, some episodes it's going to be this versus this, but sometimes we might agree on the topic.
I'm going to jump in here and say Donatello is great, but Leonardo is the obvious answer there, Jamar.
In what way?
The reason being, okay, Leonardo is the leader. Point for him. He's the most disciplined. Point for him. He's the most well trained. Point for him. He has fucking 2 swords. Another point for him. He's the most ninja-like of the group, and ninjas are pretty freaking sweet, and he's pretty awesome.
So
Wanna
can
know
I
the
can
only
I just
turtle
say
who wouldn't get his ass beat by Magneto? Donatello.
Donatello. Good point.
can I just say
Also-
3 of the 5 points that he had for Leonardo could also be for Hitler? So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Did I say Hitler was not awesome? I'm going to go ahead and say no, Hitler wasn't awesome.
He suddenly gets a bunch of followers on Twitter that are all pointing for this.
So
801 followers.
Can I rebuttal this position here? True, Leo is definitely the leader. But who does he come to when he needs a technical guidance on how to solve an issue? Donatello. If the Krang are doing some kind of crazy shit and they're like, holy crap, what's going on? Donatello explains it every time. Leo's just the front runner, the guy who's there. He says, hey, let's do this. But everyone listens to Donatello, let's be honest.
Isn't that actually how the new trailer, like the very first trailer for TMNT 2 started, was shit happening and then him being like, Donnie, what's happening? Because, he apparently is Daredevil now and can't see the giant fucking metal ball that's ripping through buildings.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Leo's great. But
He's number 2 on my
he's
list.
number 2. So we all just go ahead and just say who's the
If I was playing the Ninja Turtle game on NES, I'd pick Donnie in a heartbeat, because that bow can fucking kill everybody.
Yeah, the bow staff was wicked in that game.
Right, and we all know bow staffs and sticks are fucking awesome. Case in point, the black dude on Walking Dead. Can't remember his name right now. He's badass.
Why is he black?
His name's
No,
Morgan.
it's Robert Kirkman. Yeah, Morgan.
Um,
And there's not many white guys named Morgan.
I mean, Robin in Teen Titans. He had a bow staff.
So can I just throw it out? So since you think that Wood is the superior one, let's go with the guy who has 4 sticks versus 1 stick. Mikey is clearly the best. He's the funniest. He's the one that somehow always fucks up, but it always works out. So, I mean, without him, they seem like they would be boned most of the time until he stumbles into a foot soldier that then stumbles into something and, like, empties a vat that takes out everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I love Michelangelo. He's my favorite by far. And for all Jake's points, and just that he's the comic relief, but he can also kick ass when he needs to. So, I mean, you really can't get better than that.
I mean, comic relief is kind of cool, but I guess it's based off of, what series that you're referring to, because, I mean, in reality, they're all pretty funny, so Mike's just the one who's dumb. That's all.
He's kind of goofy. Goofy.
He's like the new Ghostbusters movie compared to the old Ghostbusters movie. The other 3 turtles have smart humor, and Mikey has like that dumbed down fat jokes and falling over humor.
I actually didn't like Mikey in the 80s cartoon and the 2003 cartoon. I thought he was annoying as shit. But in the new CGI cartoon, he's the heart of the show. He's incredible in that show.
It's very true. I have to agree.
Especially in
I think he's pretty good in the new movies
Max.
too.
Oh yeah, in the movies he's really good. Yeah.
Mikey was super cool in TMNT 3, which I just watched last night. By the way, I rewatched it. Horrible,
They didn't
awful
make a
movie,
third.
but
They didn't make a third movie.
no,
The
not
Turtles of
TMNT
Time?
3, but the one where they go back and they're in Samurai, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Oh.
3.
That
I just
movie
didn't want to
was
see
bullshit.
say all of that.
I
Never
do-
heard of it.
Yeah, I do believe that. A rumor or myth?
This is West Batman, Robin, Batman Forever scenario.
I figured out what it
Watch
is
some fan
though
fiction.
about it. So I think they made that movie. They wrote the entire movie, and then they're like, "Oh, we can't sell it like this. We need something else." And they licensed out Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to make that movie. Because when you in the first opening credits, it says officially licensed by, and then like whatever company owns the license of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at the time. It was hilarious. I've never seen that happen before.
The worst line in that entire movie that doesn't exist is towards the end when the people run in and Donatello's like, "What were you expecting? The Addams family?" And he like nudges Raph on his fucking like his arm and is like, "That was a good one." And no one's gonna know what the fuck the Addams family is in the 1800s or 1700s, whatever era that was.
That's very true, and you brought up a really good point, or I guess character, Raph, which we all unanimously agree that he's pretty much replaceable.
You know what though? Raph has grown on me as I've got older. I understand Raph more now that I'm older. Like I get it.
It's because you have more to be angry about.
He's just well, right. I mean, he's more of the loner. Like there's nothing really wrong with Raph. He's kind of a badass dude. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand the hate for Raphael, I guess.
He's the retail worker of the group. He hates his life. He's pissed
So
off
all of us.
He's an awesome Ninja Turtle, and he's just constantly grumpy about everything.
And I will tell you that.
Old man taste.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry, calling me old. I guess he was actually probably my favorite part of the new movie, the last one that came out, just because like that scene at the end where they're kind of falling down, and he's going over kind of why he's such an asshole all the time and stuff. I mean, that was a little like heart wrenching. I kind of got some goosebumps during that scene. I'll
But
admit
they've
it.
done that scene so many times.
Not like that though.
Like, pretty much, they just changed the scenario. Like, anytime shit goes down, they're like, "We're gonna die!" Raph's like, "I'm sorry, guys, I love you. I'm such an asshole just because I feel inferior and I feel like I'm not as good as you, and I want to push you. Boo-hoo, I'm a dick."
That was
Like,
the
but
first
that's
time.
him
I
every
remember.
fucking time.
That's the
In
first time I
cartoon,
remember in any of the movies that ever happening.
It's just, it's
Raphael's a piece of shit.
Whatever.
yes.
So I guess that leads me into my other question though. Then what's your favorite movie out of the ones that have come out, and why? What's the reason it's your favorite movie?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The third one, just to piss everyone off.
Are you talking about the CGI one, the animated one? I think it's the third movie.
Oh, that was awful.
What?
It was garbage. I finally saw it for the first time like 6 months ago because it came on FX or something. And I'm just like, man, this was even worse than I expected, which is
It
pretty
doesn't
hard
hold
to
up.
do.
Yeah, I
I
saw
mean,
it, I think, 2 or 3 times the weekend it came out, and then I tried to watch it with Sarah, and she'd never seen it, and it wasn't very good.
So it could just be like, I don't know, the moment in time of like we're doing this and the excitement for the new movie coming out. But honestly, I know a lot of people shit on the last one, but I actually really enjoyed it. Probably wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it would rank top on there. As a side, I have a funny story about the first movies that it's kind of funny, but like when the original one, the 80s movie came out, or I was excited about seeing the Turtle movie for the first time. Of course, I was a little too young, so I didn't see it in theater, and I actually watched it at home. I remember getting the tape and being so excited that it was a Ninja Turtle movie, and it was live action, and it scared the shit out of me. And, like, I was not a fan. And to this day, I mean, I don't know if my mom remembers this, but I vividly remember not wanting to put that VHS in the fucking VCR. But now, as being older and watching it like dozens and dozens of times again, it still stands up as probably like the greatest like full movie, I guess, of the Turtles. Even though I feel like, even though everyone hates Michael Bay, I feel like this one is pretty great, and I feel like this one here coming up is going to be awesome.
To go with your whole frightening experience of watching the first one, I was even younger than you when I saw it, and I didn't really have a problem with it until my dad decided, because they bought me all four turtles and then Splinter. And back then they made Splinter flocked, like he was furry and shit. And my dad decided to chase me around the fucking house with it. So I was terrified of Splinter until, like, I don't even know what age I finally got over my fear of Splinter. And he's their fucking master. He has, like, little to no part in, like, most of the series. And I was terrified of him because the toy looked like a real, like, dead rat. With a fucking samurai robe on, and it was a bad time.
Very
out
true.
of all of them, the first one is my favorite. But then again, this one may take the cake just because Rocksteady is
That's my
probably
point.
one of my favorite characters in the series, and I'm excited to finally see him show up and beat some turtle ass.
All right, so I'm going to jump in here, kind of take it from Jason for a second, and say, so since you like Rocksteady, what animal would you like to see appear in the show that hasn't yet, as like a human/animal character?
That's kind of hard because they've done a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna look over at my
Good
shelf.
question.
Right, I'm just like I'm like going through. I'm looking at like all the stuff I have versus like what I remember, and I'm trying to
Yeah, I'm
think
trying
of
to
what.
think back to.
They've
I mean,
done-
Is there an animal that they haven't done?
That's what I'm trying to
Oh,
think. Have they done an
I
owl?
can guarantee.
An owl? A
Yeah.
mutant owl? What would its special power be?
There was an owl in
They
the
don't,
comic
they don't
book
have
series.
special powers, Jason. They're just fucking giant mutant animals. I don't
Dude,
see fucking Rocksteady shooting laser beams out of his horn.
No,
I
he
mean,
just
the
runs
new
really
series-
fast.
In the new
Yeah.
cartoon, they have a mutant car. So I mean, what else can they possibly have?
Well, I don't think there's been an
I
owl, so
think
I'd say owl.
a mutant cicada, you know, it fucking is a mutant. It buries itself in the ground for 17 years, and then it comes up and dies.
Dude, that would be a legit storyline. Like one
How about
full day of just terror, and then they don't even have to beat it; it just dies.
Just wait it out.
How about a honey badger?
How about a koala?
That's what I was gonna say. A koala.
A mutant drop bear.
Koalas are so dumb, though. They're like one of the dumbest mammals.
See,
Oh, here you go.
they would have to add in the fact that they piss all over themselves constantly to cool themselves off. So like he would just be walking around with like eternally wet pants.
Oh my god, he could be like super angry like Raph, but when he gets angry he overheats, so he has to piss on himself to cool off.
I mean, if I were to pick eucalyptus leaves off of a tree and put it on a plate, it literally wouldn't know what the fuck to do with them. That's how dumb they are.
Yep.
I have a mutant. We're gonna do a sloth.
Slowest ninja battle ever.
Jamar appealing to the internet crowd right now.
There he goes.
I think a cuttlefish would probably be pretty crazy.
A cuttlefish?
Something that can camouflage and shit. Yeah.
Wait, so
Dude.
back to the sloth. Does the sloth then like give April like super creepy rape smiles the entire episode, or
That's it.
like how are we doing this?
Oh boy.
I have to say, as far as I know, they haven't done a hyena yet, and that would need to happen.
Yeah, they did in that. I think the comic book.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
that doesn't
thing,
count.
There's so many like animals that are used in the comic book from like
Archie.
yeah.
They did pretty much everything. The jaguar. I don't even know what the fuck that little like Jamaican one was. I can't remember. Jake, what was your
Hyena would
favorite?
have been really cool for to go with the Batman Ninja Turtles comic they just did if they would have turned Joker into a hyena mutant
Oh yeah.
and Harley.
No, don't remind me that Joker killed both hyenas. Just don't bring that up.
Oh,
Wait, what's
I
it?
forgot about that too.
I'm confused. So yeah, what's everyone else's favorite movie?
Also,
Well,
Jake
I-
and Jason.
I would go with the first movie. The reason being is, you know, it's the first movie I saw in theaters, which was pretty awesome. But it still holds up to this day. Like, if you were to still pop that Blu-ray in, it holds your attention the entire time. And it's a well-told story. And it's well done. Jim Henson's, you know, puppets he made were phenomenal. And it's dark, and they cuss. And I thought it was so awesome back then. And it made a shit ton of money when it came out too, and nobody wanted to make it. It's still awesome.
Yeah, my favorite was I like the first one, but I also really like Secret of the Ooze for some reason. I just remember being as a kid like that was just I watched that movie probably like 100 times because it made me laugh. I thought it was hilarious, and at the same time, like the story was decent. It was kind of like learning the origins, how they became who they are, and I thought that was kind of cool because I'd never really like read the comics or anything like that. I watched them the cartoons, but it's kind of cool to like learn that and like I don't know, just as a kid, that was the one that really stuck with me. Like that's the one. Like if I was gonna pick one out of the DVD cabinet and watch, that would probably be the one that I would watch first. I love the first one, but the Secret of the Ooze.
Well, that was more like the cartoon at the time. So as a kid, you're like, oh, this is more like the cartoon.
Right,
they're not using their weapons. They're stuck in a rope, and he's not using his sword.
Kevin Nash was Super Shredder.
Yeah, and then had Vanilla Ice with the whole Go Ninja Go.
Oh yeah, because Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the movie was the complete package. I mean, it really was. Toka and Ray's art were hilarious.
Pisses me off, though.
What's that?
That ending still pisses me off because in the first movie they fucking crush him to death, but in the second movie he's killed by some wood.
Scaffolding, right? Yeah, it just didn't make sense. But still, I mean, it was still until that very part, it was a good movie.
Did you guys see that Vanilla Ice thing, the Go Ninja or the rap for the premiere of the second movie?
Crappy version of it though. It wasn't even the same thing. Like it was weird.
It's because he's old as shit.
Still,
and needs money.
And it's also 2016, so
he's also playing a concert in Arizona here soon, and it's like, oh my god.
Isn't he on some like Amish rehab show right now?
No, he has a real estate show. Like he flips like $1 million houses or something. It's insane.
Oh.
How did we get talking about Vanilla Ice on this? All right, let's.
This is all your fault.
Because you said Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. Like, I mean,
Jake, did you have a favorite movie, or are you just going with the Turtles in Time?
Dude, if it was actually based on Turtles in Time, it would legit be the best movie ever made, but it wasn't. So
that was one of the best games. Turtles in Time was an awesome game for Super Nintendo. I don't know if anybody else played it, but
it was amazing.
Favorite game of all time, Bat and Conquer.
Yeah.
So no.
In terms of movies, I like the first one. Like, I don't know. It's just that's the first one that I really remember being like, holy crap, those are really cool, like puppet things. Because I knew that like there was people in there, but the faces and stuff. So I think it was one of the first ones that like really got me interested in the special effects of it.
I also agree with Jamar that the 2014 movie was really good. Like it surprised me.
I agree too. Yeah.
Yeah. And when I go online, people like are crying about it. It's like I don't think you understand. They've already proven there's a multiverse in Turtles Forever. So it is not the Turtles that you're familiar with. It's different. It's a different verse, like a different multiverse.
I mean, that point alone is kind of one of the main reasons I love like Ninja Turtles so much, is because like I have such an affinity for like the original like cartoon and seeing the characters and the toys and stuff from there. But over the years, as I've gotten older, you get to see everyone take their own like version of the Turtles and create it that way. And I think that kind of just makes it to everyone can like it except for the Next Mutations. But
So I guess that would lead into another question. I think Mike kind of submitted this one. What do you think is the best or worst story arc in the Turtles universe?
Worst. Can we use Turtles in Time for that?
That was awful.
Did you guys ever read the Archie comics besides Jamar? I know he probably has.
I generally don't read Archie.
No, the Ninja Turtle Archie comics.
Yeah, but I still.
It wasn't actually him in it.
Hey, man, they've done crossovers with him and Prater. I don't know what the fuck they do with Archie anymore.
It's actually really well done, and the first few issues were like adaptations of the TV series, the cartoon. But as you start to get further in the series, it starts to get darker and darker and darker. They did this Future Shark trilogy with was it Armagon, the shark? That's a great story arc. But there's one that I really liked called the Cyber Samurai Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is like issue 62 to 66, where it all takes place in the future with the future turtles, and like Raphael's lost his eye, they're all abandoned, and they're usually samurai suits like Iron Man. And it's a really cool story. Like, I would definitely recommend reading that if you haven't.
So, I would like to jump in and say that the best storyline for me is going to be Turtles in Time.
I think I'm getting the idea here. Oh, for me, I would say again, call me prisoner of the moment, but the current series, the TV series, I mean, it went slow this season, but like that first, well, really, I guess I should say just kind of the first season, because when they left and went to the woods, spoilers if you didn't watch the series, that kind of got slow, and then the second season, basically what I'm saying is this like is probably my favorite, like out of everything, as far as story arc and the way they kind of go. I just feel like there's people like me making this show, and that's just makes me warm inside.
Well, I mean, I haven't been able to keep up on the comics as much as you guys have, but like, didn't Donatello just get like his shell cracked open and shit? Like, how'd that turn out? Like, I feel like that was
just ended
the
up being
start
like
of a solid.
in a mini coma.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like that could have been the start of a solid arc.
They pulled it back like the very next issue, which is hilarious because the day of that, when that issue came out, within a matter of hours after shops open, that issue was going on without any variants for like $40 online. The variants are going for like hundreds of dollars. And now if you go to, like, I went down in my local shop the other day and I was looking through the stuff because I wanted to go through and re-pick up all the issues. That issue is like $5. Because the very next month they completely were just like, oh yeah, he's not really dead, and because when like you read it like ends and you don't know, and then they just pick right back up and it's like, oh no, he's good, no worries, and I feel so bad because I may or may not have sold like 3 issues of it because I had 2 variants and 1 normal, all for the ridiculous prices, and whoever has those now, they're completely worthless.
Well, I mean, it could still be considered like kind of a cool moment that they might want to own. Like, it might be a collector's
Like, don't get me
edition at
wrong.
some point in time.
I plan on buying that issue again. I plan when I buy all of them, but it's just I almost feel bad because like someone spent all of their money on a single issue that is now dropped almost back to retail price.
Mike, let's be honest here. You never feel bad about selling somebody anything.
I don't know.
This is true, but I have to make the viewers at least think I'm not a total jackass.
Oh no, you're a total jackass. We're just gonna take the veil off you now.
Well then,
I think we have.
What my favorite was?
So is like the current animated series? Do you guys think that's better than the one in the '90s? Because I love the one in
hands
the
down.
'90s.
Yeah.
But I like the character models a little bit better from the one in the '90s. The character models in this one I'm not a big fan of. But
Jason, have you tried to watch the 90s cartoon recently?
no, I haven't. I mean, it's been a long time.
It is all
but-
recycled. There's so many animation errors, and it's the same formula every episode. It's awful.
That's how a lot of kid shows are, though.
I watched all 190 episodes, and by the end, I was like, I'm gonna. Where's the gun? I'm gonna shoot my face off.
like I want to put
That's your
out
fault.
there that that's not true, Jason, because you can go back and watch Batman the Animated Series, and it's fantastic from start to finish.
No,
You can't do that with that.
No. You will not bring up Batman on the Turtles podcast.
I will. I just did. They did a crossover, goddammit, and I called it 6 months before they announced it.
It's a great point because that show is amazing.
It's
Yeah, if you hold up the Turtles show versus other '90s like classic cartoons, it does not
Spider-Man,
hold up whatsoever. X-Men, Spider-Man, Batman, hell, even like Gargoyles and shit was better than
Oh,
the
dude,
TMNT.
Gargoyles.
DuckTales, Tailspin, everything Disney.
Side note, back to the Spider-Man thing, I had no idea that Aerosmith did the opening title song for the 90s Spider-Man show.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
You.
I didn't know that until yesterday when I went to try to find it and download it because I wanted it on my phone. And next thing I know, it was the artist as Aerosmith, and I looked it up and I'm like, holy shit. I can't believe I actually like an Aerosmith song.
Hey, Dream On. Dream On's like the only acceptable song to like from them.
Is that Steven Tyler going?
Yeah, he's the
really
one who's
high?
like, radioactive spider blood. And I'm just like, I guess when you listen to it, it does sound kind of like their the way their songs play out, but you just don't think about it because you don't hear him like screaming like he got kicked in the balls.
Cool. Does anybody else have any other questions that they want?
Well, I never got to state my favorite. Everyone skipped me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fuck your favorite.
You start talking about Batman, and we.
Well, that's your fault for bringing up the whole animated series shit and be like, oh, it doesn't hold up. And Jason's like, oh, but that's all kid shows. So I had to prove him wrong.
Italian guy doesn't give a shit.
Whatever.
Well, my favorite arc is going to be from the comics when Leo gets brainwashed by Shredder. One, just because it was really interesting, and two, because he just looks like a total badass with like the new like costume and shit they give him. And then the worst is going to be that shitty CG movie from 10 years ago, or however many fucking years ago, the early 2000s CG movie that we talked about earlier.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It was awful. I don't know if it was just because I watched it now versus 10 years ago, but it was terrible.
That's what CGI was back then, though.
Well, it's not the quality of the CGI. That didn't bother me. Just the movie, like Splinter was like this dumb hippie. Like he wasn't like a meditation like ninja stuff. He was just a legit hippie. He's like, oh, pizza, yeah, bro. And I'm just like, no, you are not Michelangelo, no. And it was just so god awful.
Hey, let's just end it with this. That Splinter liked the green.
What?
Come on, green. Get it? He was a hippie. Okay.
No. I got it.
It's okay.
This was so far out of left field, I didn't expect it.
That was like Splinter from the early movies. I made a funny. Ha ha ha. All right. So
I thought that was more like Donatello and Turtles in Time, Addams Family, bro.
Wes had a question that he texted through. So, like, what's your favorite character from the TMNT universe? So we're gonna ask Wes first, since that was his question. He apparently wants to say it.
Did we not go over this?
He said favorite character first. He didn't specify Turtle, and we just all picked.
Oh,
Turtle.
we all just picked Turtle. Okay.
So outside of the Turtles, what's your favorite character?
There's like 100 different mutants in this show. I mean, like we were talking about earlier, it's like every single animal, and I think my favorite would be Mondo Gecko. I've always loved Mondo Gecko. I think he was such a badass. Plus, he was on a skateboard in the 90s. That's what all I wanted to do was skateboard. I would pick
Had the
Mondo
Mondo
Gecko.
Gecko action figure. It's pretty happy.
It's still an awesome action figure.
Man, that's a good question.
I'm going to just throw out Casey motherfucking Jones.
See, that's I was thinking Casey Jones, and then we have Stephen Amell, Casey Jones, and kind of made my love for him go away. But I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge.
I thought you were going to say Venus.
Oh yeah, Venus. Only because I was a young boy. No, that's a joke.
Ew.
Like,
Last week it was Rogue. This week it's Venus.
hey, I gotta get it to him.
We're gonna find all of Jamar's animated fantasies growing up through the 90s.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I wouldn't say favorite, but like one that just stands out to me the most out of all of them. And this is, of course, again in the newer series, but Rat King was pretty cool. Well, I guess he was kind of rewatched, but yeah, the latest Rat King, I really thought he was pretty cool. Just because he was scary, he looked like the Undertaker, and he can control Splinter. It was cool.
I did like
Rat
that
King
episode.
was barely in the comic books. Like he popped in on comic number 4 for Tales of TMNT, and pretty much they got rid of him in that comic, and that was it.
I think they did a really good job of bringing it back, like on the TV show.
Yeah, there was a good story arc.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like
Please.
a story arc where there was like the 4 horsemen? I remember like one of them being super cool. Was it War? He looked like a crazy like hedgehog wolf looking thing.
There was an Archie comic series that dealt with the 4 horsemen, and War was like this big blue rock looking creature. It was really awesome.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I just remember like
That was
hits like rock spikes or something. and
Yeah, that's actually
big
probably
yellow
the best story
claws.
arc.
So I guess I want to end it with a question that Mike had.
Again, I got skipped. No big
Oh,
deal.
jeez, Mike, you need to speak up then.
Well, I'm trying to. We got complaints about talking over each other, so I'm trying not to, interrupt as much.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip you. Go ahead, Mike.
Well.
You scared me.
Oh, fuck you guys. You don't get to know my favorite.
I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Well, my all-time favorite, right under Donnie, would be Rocksteady. And then close second to that would probably be Leatherhead.
Ooh.
Which Leatherhead? Would you do the new series, or would you do like the '90s?
Archie, short arm.
Archie
Well,
comic?
if we're going like I really like him in the comics, but I really started liking him because of the new cartoon, the new Nickelodeon cartoon. He was just really awesome and really well done, and the fact that because he was in Dimension X, he aged because time moved differently, so he shows back up, and they're like, "Holy shit, you look like hell." But yeah, that and Mutanimals angle where they're like, "Oh, we're kind of like the Ninja Turtles, but we're not all turtles."
It's like the comic books. That's speaking of Mutanimals, I think the only character that show has ruined is Slash.
Yeah, they did make him kind of like a bit of a douchebag in that.
Kind of whiny.
I don't like his design. I don't like his voice. Was it Corey Feldman? Doesn't do it for me.
I don't know names.
I don't know the voice actors' names.
I mean, Corey
That's
Feldman is.
I mean, I know who he is, but I didn't know he was doing anything in the new show.
I thought didn't he do Donatello's voice in something?
I thought
Yeah.
he was didn't
The movies.
he do the movies?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think the first and third one. I don't think he did the second.
Was it? Oh, so it was the first one and then the awful one, the one that didn't exist.
Yeah, I'd just say third one just because I
Third?
wish they made a third one, and they probably would have had him for it because they didn't make it.
All hypothetical.
All right, so Mike kind of posed an interesting question, and I kind of had to think a little bit about this one. But who's the best master, Shredder or Splinter?
Oh.
See, you would think the obvious choice would be Splinter because he raised the turtles, but something has to be said for Shredder and his perseverance and the fact that he can just get all of these people to follow him and die for him. I mean, who is
He's
signing
like samurai Nazi Hitler.
He really is. I mean, it's hard to argue with the man's army that 4 turtles apparently can take out.
Dude,
Well, that kind of brings up the point in the original movie how you sit there and you're like, all right, so all these young kids are playing arcade games and shit for free and have a skate park. You're like, oh, why wouldn't a kid want to be there? And then he goes on this crazy rant about killing giant mutant turtles, and they're all just like, oh yeah, okay, that works. That's impressive. Like half those kids would be like, nah, man, I'm out.
this dude's crazy as fuck. I mean,
Also,
I guess
Splinter
that
always
was
gets captured and gets his ass beat by Shredder.
What were you saying, Jamar?
No, I was going to pose a question. Do foot soldiers actually die?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, what happens? Just saying. It's kind of fucked up if you look at it from the other side.
Do
They're
any
like
of us
family
really
left over.
die, or do we live on?
Those foot soldiers have kids. Just trying to support their family.
Just a little tiny foot soldier sitting at home over a bowl of cereal crying because daddy didn't come home today.
Oh. Well, then he just he goes full rage mode and decides to avenge his dad against the turtles because they're the douchebags that killed their dad.
And then he dies.
And then his son will rise up and try again.
Well, Mike, this was your question, so what's your answer?
Oh, I stand by Shredder. I mean, nothing against Splinter. He did a great job with the 4 brothers, but like you said, Shredder countlessly gets so many people to follow him just to kill some fucking turtles, just to make him some soup one day. That's it. It's not like he's trying to take over the world. He's not trying to, conquer Germany. He's just wants to kill these fucking turtles and maybe brutally maim their master a little bit. And make him watch it while he does it. But, I mean, he is a badass. I mean, who doesn't want fucking swords coming out of their wrists? And I'm not talking like shitty X-Men Origins Deadpool. I'm talking like fucking giant gauntlets that murder you. And he's also a ninja.
I guess I've been thinking about this and like, well, I guess which way could we go and who could I choose? And I'm just gonna settle it this way. I'm gonna go with Shredder just because of James Avery. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Oh. Oh.
That has nothing to do with his skill set or anything Mike said, but James Avery is the reason. Alright. Does anybody have a counterpoint to James Avery and what Mike said?
I'd say Splinter, because Splinter kicks Shredder's ass.
It's true.
In every series.
Does he really, though?
He's a little fucking rat.
Even a Splinter that can barely walk seemed to win in the first movie. Like, he still got the advantage. He couldn't even move. He had to be carried.
Well, I mean, he really didn't do anything. He just stepped out of the way and Shredder fell to his own death.
Right, but still, I mean, he won. I mean, that's
that doesn't make you a badass. That just makes you able to fucking take a step to the left.
And he caught the blade when he tried to throw it at him, too. I mean, he had the quick reflexes to catch the blade and let go of the nunchucks.
Oh boy, he has, basic ninja skills.
Hey, who ended up in the trash compactor? All right, that's all I have to say.
Captain Phasma.
Yeah. I'm like, why are we talking about Star Wars all of a sudden?
Because trash compactors, and I'm angry.
All right, trash cans or trash truck.
Turtles that much.
Like,
whatever.
Luke, Leia, that weird tentacle creature? I don't know.
That's awesome.
How many times did Shredder get stuck in a trash can in the 80s cartoon?
Oh, you're the one that watched all 190 episodes recently.
Yeah.
Happened about 190 times. He's always stuck in a goddamn trash can.
That's because they were too afraid to actually do anything harmful to him.
Like now in the new cartoon where they just fucking beat his ass.
Yeah, nah, I won't get into spoilers.
Spoilers.
You'll upset
Alright.
Wes and his spoiler rage about anything.
All right. Well, I think we've exhausted this topic as much as we possibly can. Unless anybody has anything else they want to say.
Nah, I think we did cover it pretty well. I guess I did want to mention, I don't know if, I mean, me and Wes are the kind of super fan nerds who collect toys and shit, but does anybody have a special toy that they really feel fond of, or something that they remember from Turtles? Because I think that's really, the cartoons were awesome, TV shows were cool, or the movies were cool, but there's something about having every single kid across America had a Ninja Turtle toy. So
my mom gave all
party
mine away,
wagon,
so
all of it.
That's a sore subject for me. I'll let you guys talk about it.
No, I didn't really have one either. I just thought maybe that could be a discussion. I love them all.
Yeah, I still
The
have.
Turtles are awesome.
I still
Becca?
have the old school, 16-inch, 3 points of articulation turtles that are hard plastic. That they weren't even toys; they were just beating tools. You just hit each other with them. You try to have a ninja fight with them, and you just end up bashing each other over the head with them until somebody falls asleep.
So there's a look into Jake's childhood. It's a very violent battle of this older brother just beating each other with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I had the sewer playset. I had the Technodrome. I had all the turtles. Anyway, Wes, what about you? You got a bunch of them. What's your favorite?
I don't know. I have all of them. I don't have Mommy now, but there's so many good ones. I don't know what to pick. I think my favorite one I would pick from the original Playmates line would probably be Cowboy Donatello, because he's freaking awesome. And instead of having a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, they put a candy cane. It was so cool.
I want to chime in now because I do have a favorite. I just thought about it. It's the Universal Monsters. It's that part of that series.
Oh yeah.
And there's the Invisible Mikey, which they actually just took the mold and it's just clear plastic and it's really cool and it has like the mummy little thing and that was probably my favorite out of all of them.
Didn't you buy me that? I think you bought me that.
We got those on
Dude,
eBay.
it's so awesome. Hell yeah.
I kind of feel like
movie night.
Jamar's favorite. He should just post an entire like photo of one of his multiple shelves of the toys and like put it on our Facebook. Be like, here's my favorite, and it's just 30 fucking toys on one shelf.
My favorite though, like sadly, it doesn't come from like the ones from our childhood. Like I loved all the ones I had because I had like the monster ones, I had the animated series ones where like they had like the eye popping action and stupid shit. But my favorite are like a little more recent. They're like early 2000s, the Mecha Turtles. They're just so cool. They're the old comic book style. The paint's so great on them. Articulation's great.
I didn't like the knockoff ones.
I mean, I only have the knockoff ones because I couldn't afford to spend $400 on eBay for the real ones that have all red masks. But they're just so great in every way, and I mean, I like the old ones, but these are so much better. If I would have had these as a kid, it would have been over.
I used to love the party wagons as a kid because it shot out little sewers.
I really
I
like.
remember the door popped open. You could like have one of them sitting in it.
Yeah.
I remember one. I think it was Mikey, and he shot pizza, like full pizzas, out of his stomach. Like, and you loaded them into a shell, and then they shoot out. And it never made any sense whatsoever. But you would shoot that shit all over the place.
He was literally shooting shit all over the place. Like,
Yeah,
it was diarrhea, Mikey.
Like, they were like
The pizza shooters.
yeah, they're like so muscular. They're really cool.
Remember how like you can get like the ooze and shit that you could lay them down and put like the green gack in it and fall down on them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My dad hated that shit because I'd get it everywhere.
Dude,
Like, I don't know how I would either, because like all it does is it drips down, and for some reason I have it on the walls, on the carpet, on my ass, like it'd be everywhere.
Whoa, what were you experimenting with?
He was lubing up Leonardo.
Well, when you need lube,
You're the best turtle, Leo. Don't let anyone tell you different.
hey Leo,
I'll let you explore everywhere.
You can explore my sewer.
I'll show you my leader.
That's fucked up.
No, it's fucked up as Wes's story earlier.
Oh, and
Christ.
speaking of which, all right, fanboys and girls, it's story time. Wes, go ahead and email the story to fanboyfightclub@gmail.com, and let's pipe down, sit crisscross applesauce on the carpet for Jamar's reading corner.
Now let me.
All right, you guys sing it like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh boy, this is. I feel like it went from like seeing how far it can go to like how much can we embarrass Jamar and his reading capability.
Kinda. That's where it's really gone to.
That's where it went.
That's why we let Jason do it last week, so we had to read through all the errors.
All right. Oh boy. All right. This is pretty cool. Oh, I feel so corny with this. Now this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you all about how I blew some turtles without so much of care. Did not expect that. Not at all. In New York City, I was born and raised. Sucking dick is how I spent most of my days. Sucking and jacking and touching those balls. When the other dudes enter, I sucked them all. With a couple of guys. They were up to no good, starting sucking all the dick in the neighborhood. I got in one turf fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with those turtles down into their lair." I whistled for Donnie's dick, and when he came near, I opened up my mouth and said, "Boy, right here." If anything, I can say that I'm really queer, but I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, Donnie, come right here. I walked.
Points to chin.
Oh gosh. I walked up to the brothers with 7 or 8 loads, and I yelled to those dudes, "Yo, Holmes, check the chisel." They are all the tortoise, and I am the hare. I blew all the turtles without so much of a care.
Oh my god.
I knock on the door and I spin my head around and go into the house.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dum.
We should have had the ringtone play in the background, but then it would have
We would have gotten sued or something. It would have been bad.
It would have like
Hey.
gotten untimed too, so it would have ended like 30 seconds before he finished.
Dude, that's like, and
That's
like
awesome.
1% of what the other story was. That
Oh my god, that other one was so dark.
Yeah, the other story was way more fucked up than that, but that was great.
I have to say I enjoyed that. And
That
I,
was good.
I
All
can't
right.
put that one up.
But
Thank you, Bar, for reading that, and Wes for the awesome story. So before we kind of close things out, those of you who follow us on Twitter or are a fan of our Facebook page, you might have seen a trivia thing that we tried to put out earlier in the week, and it's kind of our fault maybe for not explaining it all that well. But I'd like to introduce Creepy Uncle Mike, and he's going to introduce you to his toy chest and kind of explain a little bit
His toy
of how it
chest.
works. His toy chest.
we have to
So-
do it like.
Without further ado, here's Creepy Uncle Mike.
in my toy
Okay.
chest.
Well, like he was saying, I feel like there must have been something lost in translation, because as I was going through all the, what couple answers we had, we got a shit ton of likes on Facebook, and we got a few retweets on the Twitter, but we only got 3 answers. I mean, don't get me wrong, one of them was kind of close to the correct answer, but it wasn't quite there. The rules, here's what they are. You have to like us depending on if you're on Twitter or Facebook. If you're on Facebook, you have to like our page. Twitter, you have to follow us. You have to share or retweet the post that you're replying to, and you have to answer the trivia question. Once you do all 3 of those, when we go to do it live on the show and announce the winner, I'll have everybody listed with a number. I'll pull a number of the correct answers who completed all 3 steps, and that person wins the mystery prize that's themed on whatever show we're doing. I don't know how many people were actually interested in it, but we had a lot of likes, so I assume people were wanting to win. They just missed the other 2 steps. So we're going to give you another week. Next Monday, we are going to do this again, and we're going to have it figure out who answered correctly, followed the steps, and we'll announce a winner. And in case anyone missed it, the question is, how did Kevin Eastman decide to name the turtles after the Renaissance artists? And just to nip this in the butt so no one goes and looks up wrong, because you'll see this 1,000 times, I'm not asking for how they wrote it in the story. That's way too easy. I want to know how he decided to make it that. Him and the co-creator, who I can't remember his name right now. Do Wes or Jamar remember the co-creator of the Turtles' name?
Peter Laird,
Yeah, that guy.
that cranky bastard.
You guys both kind of said it at the same time. Say that one more time, because
Yeah.
I didn't even hear it.
Go ahead, Wes.
Peter Laird, the cranky bastard.
Yeah. So yeah, once you just comment on it in the post with the answer to the question, and then like the post, or like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, whichever, and then you either have to retweet or share it. Do that, you're golden, you're entered. No worries, we'll announce the winner next week. So you have another full 7-ish days, depending on when we air next week, to go through. The cutoff will be 8 p.m. Eastern Time next week, so that way I have a little bit of time to compile everything before the show, in case we actually have a lot more responses than I expect. Other than that, we're going to do it once a month. It'll be the last show of the month, so the 4th show. We'll announce it on the 3rd from now on, so that way you have a full week to do your Googling and figuring out the answer if you don't know it. Because I'm going to try to make them not easy questions, because that just isn't fun. Like, I'm not going to ask you the secret identity to Batman or something simple like that. It's going to be something where you either have to be a fanboy and like really know it, which I don't think any of us even know the answer to this one until I Googled it.
I was just saying.
But yeah, that's going to be Creepy Uncle Mike's Toy Chest. Once a month, we'll give away something. Like I said, this month's surprise is gonna be Ninja Troll based. We get like a little goodie basket with some stuff that we compiled for that, and we'll just kind of go from there month to month and see if you guys like it and participate. We'll keep doing it more often. If we get like 2 answers a month, then we'll probably not do it that often because then we'll have really no one to. 2 people will be getting prizes back and forth for a year and a half, assuming we last that long.
All right.
Oh,
So to sum up what Mike just took 15 minutes to say.
Hey, I wanted to make my own segment special, damn it. Don't take this from me.
You don't have to like the Facebook page every time. Just as long as you're liking or following us, and then you answer the question, and then you share it. That's it. Like that's all it takes. Like answer the question, share it, and like us. It's boom.
Or follow
Done.
us because Twitter's different.
That's true. Like or follow.
I said that in the beginning. I don't. No
You
one.
didn't say it the second time,
All
though.
right.
People get confused.
So,
We
like we do every week, we're going to close out tonight with the only rule of the Fanboy Fight Club podcast, and that you must talk about the Fanboy Fight Club podcast. Follow us on Twitter at FBFC Podcast. Like us on Facebook. Just search Fanboy Fight Club and look for the soap. Check us out on our website, fanboyfightclub.com. Click on our bios. Catch up on old shows and other content that we post. Every now and again, we'll do gaming on Twitch. We'll have conversations back and forth, stuff like that. I think we might play Turtles tonight. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight live on Twitch, and anyone who listens to the podcast once we post it on Wednesday. Is there anything I forgot, guys, before we close it out?
Yes.
What?
I do want to say one thing.
Okay.
On iTunes, if you do subscribe to us on iTunes, I know we're getting everything and stuff running on there, but please just go on and review us, rate us, give us 5 stars. Same thing on Google. Also, check us out on SoundCloud, whole 9 yards.
Stitcher.
Just tell as many people as possible. Stitcher as well. Just keep giving us those 5 stars so more and more people can hear us.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. Well, thank you, my friends. Until next week when we meet again.
Peace.
Turtle power.
Good night, everybody.
Did it.
Watch our shit.
Did you just really do the Adam Sandler?